Thank you very much for joining us today on the program Healthy Living. My name is Adorable Adesuwa Usa Uwage, and it's a pleasure to have you join us on today's edition. A lot of women and some men would want to do something about childbearing, about spacing, and don't know what to do, don't know where to go to. Others don't even know what to do. You discover that some women give birth year in, year out, thereby jeopardizing their health. But they want to do something about it. Most people do not know exactly what to do. So today on the program, we want to talk about family planning. Family planning and, of course, life planning. What do I mean? I have two beautiful ladies in the house that are going to be telling you what family planning is and, of course, what life planning means. And you also have a chance to call into the program as soon as we open our lines. So the number we're going to use today is our usual number, which is 052-250-573. Yeah, that's the number we're going to use today on the program. The number is going to be on your screen shortly. Okay, 052-290-573. That's the number we're going to use, you know, to talk on this program. So we're going to look at family planning, the importance of family planning, very important. You know, after going through this training, I realized that you cannot overemphasize the importance of family planning and life planning. So in the course of the program, you know what we're talking about, and then you will call in to ask questions. Ask questions, don't be shy, okay? And don't say because this woman is doing that, that woman is doing that. No, ask questions to know where to go to, and I'm sure you will be very happy. So join me as I make welcome Mrs. Patricia Usazuwa. She is the Edo State Family Planning Coordinator at the Ministry of Health. Hope I got that right. Yes, nice to have you join us on the program, Mrs. Usazuwa.
Thank you.
I hope you don't mind if we do first name thing. Okay.
Yes.
Then seated beside her is Cynthia Adeseye. Cynthia is the State's Adolescent and Youth Health and Development Desk Officer, Ministry of Health. It's nice to have you join us, Cynthia.
Thank you, ma.
And you look good.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, the topic is family planning. So I'll start with you, Patricia, on what family planning means. What is family planning?
Thank you very much, Sister Adesuwa. Happy New Year to my audience. God bless you. Family planning to the ordinary man. It's a method that is utilized voluntarily by individuals or couples to enable them have sexual relations that is comfortable so that they have children at the time they want. They have children, the number of children they want to have comfortably while still being productive and useful for both themselves and the society at large. Okay. So, in essence, in a short while, we say family planning is having children, the number of children you want, by choice and not by chance.
And not by chance. Okay, thank you for that. I hope you all got that right. It is a voluntary thing. It is by choice and not by chance. All right, Cynthia, let me come to you. We've just talked about family planning. Yeah. And then we know that often in time when we talk about family planning, some youths will say, I'm not married. Yeah. I'm not old enough to engage in family planning. So tell us the youth side of it, which is life planning.
Okay, thank you very much. So in a nutshell, life planning is the decision I make as a young person on certain issues, certain choices, certain actions, one of which is sex.
Okay.
Sexual activities. Another is my choice of career. Another is my choice of how I want my health to be treated. So in this aspect, we're looking at the reproductive health and the sexual activities of a young person. So life planning for a young person is the decision a young person makes regarding sexual activities, sexual actions, and sexual choices. Now, for a young person, I may decide that I do not want to be sexually active or I want to be sexually active. Now, to be sexually active, I know there are things, there are for the, like they say, for every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction.
Of course.
So there are different reactions, or there are different products or results that come from the actions I decide to take.
Okay.
Now, as a sexually active person, I may decide that, yes, I want to be sexually active. Now, in order to, you know, still fulfill my career, still fulfill my life goals, one of which may be I want to be a doctor in the future, but right now I am sexually active. And we know that when I engage in sex, the end product mostly in, let's say, 99.9% is pregnancy. And I want to be a doctor. And I know that if I should get pregnant now, it's going to
stall
it's going to
ambition.
hinder my life goal. So I'll say, okay, now that I am already sexually active, and I am not expecting children now because I have a life goal, I have a goal of becoming a doctor, I want to engage in family planning. So we call, instead of them calling it family planning, we call it life planning. We say, I want to take up contraceptives. So instead of calling it family planning, we call it life planning.
I'm so interested in your explanation, and that's why I want to ask you this question. Now, a lot of persons will say, what has a youth got to do with family planning when they're supposed to be studying hard or doing meaningful things? You know, some parents live in self-denial. Even though their children are sexually active, they do not want to admit that everybody's child is a virgin, so to speak. And then somebody will wonder, this is wrong. This is like promoting promiscuity in youths. If we encourage youths to do life planning, as the case may be, is it not going to encourage promiscuity in youths?
Okay, so just so that I'll recap, we know that life planning involves decisions I make as an individual or as a young person concerning my life, my health, my career, my development, including reproductive and sexual health. Now, as a young person, I'm saying that I am already sexually active and I want to engage in, I'm engaging in sex, so I have to take up a contraceptive. And I say, oh, life plan is going to, you know, spoil the children and it's going to spoil young people, and, you know, you're encouraging them to be sexually active. Now, recently, a recent study shows that there are 1.25 million abortions committed, induced abortions committed in Nigeria. The last study. Wow, 1.25 million. 5 million. And this is among people within the age, women within the age of 15 to 49 years. And we know that the young people, youth, are a teeming population. They are a teeming, in short, they comprise a large number of the population. Of the population, sure. They're about 1/3 of the population. So imagine out of those 15 to 49, if you bring out 1/3 of the population of those 15 to 49 years, 1.25 million, you know how many young people are there. Even a recent study showed that we know there's what we call sexual debut, age at first sex. When you had sex, the first time you had sex, we usually call it sexual debut. The NDHS, National Demographic Health Survey, shows that the age at first sex among women is 17 years. So that's a teenager, that's a young person. So while we are trying to also promote abstinence, promote, you know, facing your study, we are also promoting what we call life planning. Have a plan, make decisions, have your choice, you've made your choice, make decisions to you know, to see your plan through. And one of the things, whether we like it or not, like I just stated, whether we like it or not, imagine a young, an average girl has already had sex at the age of 17 years, an average girl. Even younger. Younger, yeah. Yes, even younger, because that's the average age, 17. Yeah. We have for 13, we've gone 10. We've 10. Gone on outreaches where we saw a young girl that had sex at the age of 13, and she hadn't even started seeing that period. So, you know, okay, so back to what I was saying. So while we are saying that, yes, we are promoting life planning, it's because of these things. The population out there, the population of young girls who are engaged in sex is alarming. And I think we have to get to the stage where we don't deny it any
Okay,
longer.
so I'm going to ask you a question later on how to get parents involved in all of this, because most of our parents still live in self-denial. Every of our children are virgins, even if we know at the back of our mind that this child is sexually active. Although some parents don't even know that their children are sexually active because they are home, the children are there. But the moment they leave, the children go haywire. You know, even incest and all of that does happen. Okay, let me come to you now, State Coordinator for Family Planning, Patricia Usazua. A lot of women want to go for family planning. A lot of women desire it, but they cannot because they must get permission from their husbands, so to speak. Because when we talk about family planning, it's only a few single parents that do that, but we're talking about those in a marriage relationship now. Some women want to, some women desire to do this, but getting permission from their husbands is a Herculean task, even when the woman's health is in compromise or is in jeopardy.
Thank you. That's that term that you just used. We refer to it as the unmet need in family planning. This time for the married women. And following statistics, in 2013, we had about 19%. But that has dropped to 15.
15.
You find out that many of these women in marriages will want to go out to get this family planning contraceptives. Like you said, they need to get permission. And that is why in reproductive health, we say there is a program we call male involvement. So if we involve the males, they get to understand that there is every reason for them to cooperate with the wives, so that they can support them in adopting any of the methods in family planning. It is because they are not aware.
They're not aware.
So in one way, we refer to that as ignorance. For now, some of them have the opinion or feelings that it does not work. Some will tell you that it has so many side effects. And so for that reason, they will want their wives to take up any family planning methods. Still, to combat that is counseling. So if we counsel our males, our females, married or unmarried, those that are already sexually active, then they can take up these contraceptives, whichever suits them.
Okay, tell us, what are the types of contraceptives available?
Okay, there are so many.
Okay, which are the common ones?
We refer to the common ones that are modern contraceptives.
Okay.
So these modern contraceptives, we have those for the males, we have for the females.
Okay.
Commonly, we all know male and female condoms.
Okay.
So the male condom is utilized by the male, the female by the female condom by the females. Then we also have others that are hormonals.
Okay.
These hormonals could be grouped as pills, which means the female will have to swallow them.
Okay.
Unfortunately, for these contraceptives, they are more for the females than for the males. So we only have 2 for the males, at least for now, in Nigeria, which is either you are utilizing the male condoms or they go for vasectomy. That means sterilization.
That's permanent method.
One, which is not most times advised. Except when the individual is very sure that he's not wanting children any longer. So for the females, I said we have the hormonals, which are more of the pills. Could be daily pills. And then we have both those that are estrogen and progesterone. We have the ones that are progesterone only. But they are all pills, which is, it has to be taken on daily basis by the woman at the same time. So she chooses a convenient time for her to take this pill daily. So that it will be effective.
She has to be regiment about it.
Yeah, if she's going to be taking it every morning.
Okay, it has to be every morning.
She has to take it
at
every
a particular
evening.
time.
She has to take it in the evenings.
Okay.
But sometimes, out of job schedule, tiredness, she could forget. And so if she forgets to take one pill at a particular time, she can double that dose the next time she remembers. That is the next day she remembers. Or if she skips it for 2 days, she has to go to the hospital for advice, and she needs to do what we call a backup.
Okay,
so that,
perhaps that's why most people think that it does not work, because when you miss out a day or two, there is problem already. And some women would not want to go to the hospital, say, maybe only two,
let me just rest,
you know,
or let me continue. Then you have already, you know, break the chain of the hormones. Then we also have hormones in forms of injections. These injections are basically 3 groups or types. We have the one with the Depo-Provera. Commonly, people know it as Depo. It's taken in the Butos IM. And then we also have Noristerat, taken 3 monthly. That means every 3 months.
Every 3 months.
So it at least gives the woman some time, space. The frequency of going to the clinic is reduced. Then she could also take the new one, which we call the DMPA. It's Depo-Metroxyprogesterone acetate.
DMPA.
Commonly known as Cianapres. It's a very small unit jet that needs to be taken subcut. It's also taken every 3 months. So every 3 months.
How is that one done?
It's given subcutaneously, either on the thigh, the front of the abdomen, or at the back of the arm, of the upper arm. So,
and that has to be for every 3 months.
3 months.
Give the woman time to play around.
Yes, and that even extends to 13 weeks. You know, 3 months will be 12 weeks.
Yes.
So it gives her an extra 1 week. And the good thing about that one is that the woman can actually be taught to self-inject. That means she can inject herself. Just like
every 3 months.
Any diabetic patient taking her insulin. So they can be taught to take it themselves. That's for the hormonals, the injectables.
Interesting.
We also have the IUCDs, the one we commonly call the coil.
The coil.
That the woman has to take into the uterus. Then we have the implants. These implants are majorly of 2 types. We have the Jadel. That one is inserted
that's the one that is inserted under the
arm. And it's usually of 2 rods. It stays for about 5 years. And
it does not fail?
No, it doesn't. It does not.
Once
it is inserted, it does not fail. Then outside Jadel, you could also have the Implano XT. That one is 1 rod, and it's also inserted under the skin, the upper arm, the
right arm or left arm?
Any arm.
Any arm, arm.
But most times we advise you use the non-dominant arm. That means, you know, most of us are left-handed. So if you are right-handed, if you are left-handed, they will use your right. If you are right-handed, you use your left. So that because you need to be counseled on how you use that arm for some days, at least 3 to 7 days. So that's for the Implano. And then we have the IUCDs, like I've said before. And then if the woman decides to stop having children, she can have the permanent one, which is also tubal ligation. You know. So all of these are different types. She needs just one of them to use. Just one. And you are not coerced to take any one. The woman comes, history is taken, she's well counseled, and then she has to go through some tests, examination, and then by the time she chooses anyone, you have to counsel her again on that particular one, telling her the possible side effects, the benefits, and what she needs to do, you know, to carry on with that particular method, and the day of her return. So she chooses it. The method she wants.
Of choice at her convenience.
Yes, at her convenience. And then it has to be, you have to also monitor her.
At this point, I want to ask you, what's the cost implication, one, and where can the woman find this relief, so to speak?
The cost implication is very minimal. Thanks to our federal government, state government, Ministry of Health, because these commodities, like we call them, they are free.
Free?
Yes. UNFPA helps in bringing the commodities to Nigeria, with Nigeria paying its own counterpart fund, and then they are transported to various states, and then at the state level, I receive the one for Edo State, and then it's taken to the stores where it is kept, and then from there we do what we call distribution to the different local government areas.
So every local government has got a center where a woman can actually go to access this service.
All the primary health care centers in the states
Okay.
that offers family planning services, they do.
Okay.
So they can always go there. At least you have 8 to 10 primary health care centers that offer family planning services, and they are free.
So this is good news
Free.
for the woman.
Free. But sometimes the woman may be asked to pay some token if there are no consumables.
Okay.
It is very minimal.
What do you mean by consumables now?
Like cotton wool, methylated spirits, they
Okay.
are there, provided, but may not be consistent.
Enough. Okay.
May not be enough.
So the woman may be asked to pay a token, something
Some
small.
of them, they are not supposed to pay. We tell them, you are not supposed to pay.
Okay.
So, but in some places they may pay. If you go to private hospitals, they will pay
Okay.
because they are not under
They are
government.
not under government.
For government, they are free.
Okay, thank you, madam. Let me come to you now, Cynthia, the youth ambassador on this program, so to speak. We've heard from Patricia the various types of family planning method that one can, decide to use. Now, for the youths, what can the youth do when it comes to methods?
Okay.
What should they do? Which one do you think is advisable for the young ones, for the adolescents?
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to give a lot of information right now.
Please go ahead.
So presently, most young people, it is almost established that young people don't like going to the hospitals. Sure, they don't even, you hardly see young people in
Going
health
to the hospital,
facilities.
yes.
You don't see them. If a young person goes to the health facility, you know that person is really sick. So one of their reasons is the friendliness and the time, which they spend at the health facilities and how they are received by the service providers. And most service providers, they are friendly, they do their jobs very well. But there are certain languages and certain actions that attract young people to service providers.
Okay.
And also modes of interaction and communication.
Okay.
There are some young people that, they may not necessarily be accessing a health facility because of something, but they would present with that. For example, I want to really access from contraceptives.
Yes.
But I'll be going to the hospital and say I'm having headache.
Okay.
That's because they want to watch how the service provider would talk to them.
Talk to them.
And most times, while our service providers are doing their best, sometimes we may, be too busy to really, study them and, try to understand what this
really
person actually wants. So that is why the state government came up with what we call youth-friendly health centers.
Youth-friendly health centers.
Yes. So youth-friendly health centers are health facilities that have trained service providers to attend to young people, especially when it comes to family planning or contraceptive methods. We usually call it life planning for adolescents and young people, LP. So at these health centers, at these health facilities, there are young people, there are service providers that have been trained to understand mode of action, body language, and also communicate effectively to a young person, so as to understand and get actually what this young person needs and is coming to access. That brings me to what methods are good for a young person. Now, it is safe to say that as long as I am a woman of reproductive age that's within 15 to 49 years, contraceptives, the ones available, are safe for me. I can access anyone. If I'm 15, if I'm 16, if I'm 17, if I'm 18, and it goes on like that. However, no two persons are the same. And moreover, there's nothing like one size fits all. There are different methods and there are different presentation. There are different things that an individual presents with, including young persons, that would need to be accessed, and that would need to be that the service provider would need to find out in order to, provide the best options for this young person. So, having said that, I can access as a young person any contraceptive method, as long as it doesn't have extreme side effects on my health. However, I would not advise a young person to go for tubal ligation.
Okay.
Yes, because
So
they are married.
Of course, they are married. Tubal ligation is a permanent stuff, so you
Yes.
don't have to go near
Yes.
there. Now, how do we get parents involved?
Okay.
That's one. I'm going to ask you like double questions now. How do we get parents involved? That's one. And then, how is it possible for a young one to access this, you called it an youth-friendly
Youth-friendly
service? Where can they get
Very good.
this place?
Okay, before I go on to answer how we get parents involved, I was going to add that it's what we call consent.
Consent,
Yes,
okay.
age of consent. So most service providers are a little bit reluctant to provide services for young persons less than 18 years. It is understandable because we don't want a parent barging in on us. And,
I get it.
You know, so while I may say that a young person can access from condom to implants and IUDs, it is very important for us to get consent. And assent. So if you go to health facilities, most service providers, when they are providing family contraceptives for young persons, they usually tilt towards condoms and probably pills. This is because they feel that these are young, they are less than 18, some of them are less than 18 or just a little bit above 18, and they don't want, they don't want to give a child, that adolescent, something that may keep the person from reproducing in 2 years' time or so, because they don't want their parents coming in to, harass them. However, one method to tackle this is consent and assent. That brings me to parents. Now, contraceptives and life planning is not only limited to all that we've said. We also have abstinence. In short, we are told that abstinence and we know is the best method.
Yeah.
It is absolutely the best method. And
but how many young ones are ready to zip up in the face of what we're going through in our society?
Yeah.
Let's not live in self-denial.
Yes, I'm coming towards that.
Open.
Yes,
how many young ones are willing
towards
to?
that. So I'm bringing in the parents' involvement. Most parents think that their children are not sexually active. But how have they gotten involved in their children's sexual health? And if you want to choose for your child or for your young child and adolescent child the methods, which is they usually go without knowing, they're already choosing abstinence for their children without knowing that is the method they are choosing. How involved are you with that individual?
Okay.
And if we get parents to be involved, and if I say, okay, I charge every parent watching this to go back home and ask their young person, their young children, if they've ever had sex, they will be surprised.
We're not asking you to use a cane and all of that.
Yes, of course.
You can sweetly ask your kids.
Like I said before,
so that you know how to help that child. Yeah.
Yes, youth-friendly health service. There's a way you communicate with your child. We're all adolescents at one point or the other. There's a way you communicate with your adolescent child at home. Like my mom and I were actually very close, but some years back, I don't think we're that close. And I cannot go and be discussing, don't tell me, because even today, it's difficult for parents to discuss sex with their kids. Yes.
And this issue is killing the children because some of them end up getting pregnant and then going for backdoor abortion, and most of them will die. Others will lose their wombs. Something will just happen to that child.
Okay. Yeah, so please follow the trend. So
go with us.
Like I said, that if I tell all parents watching this to ask their young children at home if they're involved, if they've had sex, their age at sexual debut, or if they've already started having sex, they'll be alarmed at the numbers they find. Now that you know that your child is sexually active,
what are you going to do?
Your child has a plan. You have a plan and a dream for that child. Even if the child is 20, 21, or even 18, you have a dream for that child. Even if the child is learning how to make hair, she's a fashion designer, whatever she's involved in, and even the guy, whatever he's involved in, he has a plan. You have a plan for that child, and you already know that your child is sexually active. What do? This is where We had what they call life, love, and health sessions, and we had mom sessions. We educated the mom. There was one woman from an incident that kept on insisting that her child wasn't sexually active. And lo and behold, I was told that that person that she was insisting had 2 abortions.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of parents live in self-denial, and before you know what is happening, we are damaging the lives of our kids.
Now that you know, the best thing is to encourage the child to take up a method. Okay. Because unplanned pregnancy has a lot of ripple effects on the child. Yes, we agree that yes, pregnancy occurs, and when pregnancy occurs, we don't encourage you to abort. But we know the side effects, and it takes a strong person and a person that has been, to come out of it and to get back on track with their goal. Now that you know that your child has been involved in sex, what do? You begin to advise. We have STIs. Let's not forget STIs. Let's not forget HIV/AIDS. We begin to, parents should be involved, that's involved in the child's sexual and reproductive health.
Unfortunately, this is the period where most parents will bring down their mortar, their pestle, and everything to want to beat the child.
There was a story that was...
Let me talk to them. Let me use our local parlance.
I don't know whether so that let me say mamas and papas. Yes. I have seen a parent that almost drove her child away to the extreme. Yes, they said train up a child the way it should go, and when he grows up, he does not depart from it, spare the rod, spoil the child. At the same time, they said use the stick and also use the carrot. While you are enforcing, there's a time when you are enforcing too much, you drive the child away. But when you bring the child, bring the young person, you bring the person and communicate. When I mean communicate with that person, some of us don't have the patience, some parents don't have the patience. We do one day and we are done. And
they were done. Perhaps most of us were brought up that way. Perhaps most of us were brought up that way.
We do one day and it is continuous communication. And what this mom session, parents go with their children. So when their children are learning how to make some skills and life skills, how to be assertive, how to be confident, how to insist on your dream, even in face of sexual advances.
For time's sake, all of this is very important for the well-being of that adolescent. Yes. Okay, let me come to you now, Patricia. A lot of persons would want to do family planning, particularly women, but they are scared. One, there is a myth that once you do family planning, you'll not be able to have children again when you're ready. There's another one that says that when a woman is into family planning, she gets fat. And no woman want to be fat. Everybody want to be slim like Cynthia or even slimmer. Then there's another one that says it will contaminate your blood, particularly the one you put under the skin, that it will contaminate your blood. There's so many myths surrounding family planning. Please, demystify all these myths.
Thank you very much at this one. There are so many myths, agreed. One common one is that people get fat, especially when they are on the hormonal pills. It is true. It's one of the side effects.
Okay, so it is true.
Yes, they can get fat, not with everybody. Okay. Not with everybody. Okay. We have individual differences. Okay. But the basic thing is that when a woman is on pills, hormonals, it's like she's relaxed. I'm free from the fear of getting pregnant.
Getting pregnant when I don't want it.
Eat, she's at rest, and so she puts on more weight. It is not that it is the pills that is really making her put on weight. So if on the extreme, she's saying that she does not like her size, she's getting fatter and fatter, and she does not like it, or her husband is complaining, all she needs to do is to get back to the clinic, and then report to her service provider, who will examine her and then re-counsel her on all the methods that are available. And then there's what we call the medical eligibility will, MEC will. It can be used by the health provider to assess her on whichever type she will want to take that will be comfortable for her. That's one. Secondly, some people will say by the time you go and take up IUCDs, that by the time the baby is born, the baby will bring it out. If it is well fixed. well fixed by a professional, a trained provider, she's not supposed to have that.
Okay.
Do you understand?
What about bleeding? Some persons will say when they are one, they bleed continuously.
Yes, by the time for IUCDs, right, on the first few months, it's also, you also counsel the woman to tell her, one, you're likely to bleed more, your days of bleeding could increase, but as your body gets used to this foreign body that is in you, the bleeding will reduce.
Okay.
Well, if in very rare occasions you now find this bleeding consistently on,
okay,
and the individual is losing weight or getting anemic, then the best bet is to remove that IUCD,
okay,
and then change the contraceptive method that she's on.
So when the woman is ready to have a child, what does she do?
If you are on any of the contraceptives like the IUCD, like the Norplans and Jadel, once you are ready to get pregnant, you remove. The very next month, you are likely to get pregnant. Because at this time, you're going to have sexual relations with your husband unrestricted.
Okay.
Do you understand? But in the cases where some people have complaints of return to fertility delayed, that has to do with the pills.
Okay.
Yeah, and so if you know that you are going to, you want to plan your pregnancy, we're in 2021, you want to plan your pregnancy towards the end of this year, you can, as of now, stop
using the pills.
The pills. You visit your doctor,
good.
Then you stop the pills, and then you allow the system to regularize the hormones in the blood, and then the person can return to fertility. Agree that some of them who have delay, it's exceptional because we have individual differences.
All right, we're talking about the importance of family planning and life planning, as the case may be. I have Mrs. Patricia Osazua, who is the Edo State Family Planning Coordinator, and Cynthia Adeseye, who is the State Adolescent and Youth Health and Development Desk Officer from the Ministry of Health. I think you would do, but at this point you are already agitating to call us. The number is 052-290-573. It's going to be on your screen. Call us, ask the ladies questions, okay? Don't ask your neighbor because she's not an expert. We have experts in the studio who are ready to give you answers. Whatever question you want to ask on family planning and life planning, I expect the youths to call in, and their parents also to call in to ask questions on how to help yourself when it comes to issues like this. Because when you get pregnant, your friends will tell you where to go to, one backyard to go to. And let me let you know that it is an offense to procure an abortion in this country. It is an offense. If you are caught, you will go in for it. All right, so if you cannot do the time, do not commit the crime. That's always the advice. So this is your chance to live a healthy life. All right, while we're waiting for calls, Patricia, can you just tell us, okay, you want to say, can you just tell us the benefits of family planning? We have a call. Okay, before that, let's quickly take this call. Hello, caller, good afternoon. Okay, 052-290-573. The number is on your screen. Perhaps if I'm too fast, calling the number 052-290-573. Call in and ask questions. As a man, what can you do? So tell us the benefits.
The benefits for family planning, they are so enormous, very many.
Okay.
One, let's start with the family. If you plan your family, which means you've had the number of children, or you want to have the number of children you desire, you find that the man is comfortable. He has less stress in looking out for money to take care of the family.
Yes, okay. Hold on. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Please tell us your name. Mrs. Onoha, you're welcome. Please ask your question. They are listening.
My question is, what IUCD? I was on this before.
Okay.
So I was on this, the IUCD
Yes.
I was using it before for like 3 years now.
Yes.
So I had an operation and appendix.
Okay.
Outward. So when I went back my checkup, which was on Wednesday last week,
Yes.
so they found out that the IUCD fell off.
Uh-oh.
What fell
So
off?
they had to remove it.
Okay.
So trying to fix another one was not possible.
Why?
And while I was on it, I was not adding weight. Instead, I was losing weight. Why?
Okay. All right,
Thank you
Mrs.
very
Ono-
much.
Thank you, Mrs. Onoha.
I want to say that when you are on IUCD, one of the counseling we give to women is that during your monthly cycle, during your menstruation, you are supposed to feel for that string so that you will know if it is still in position.
In position.
So it's unfortunate that yours fell off and it has left its position. It's not that it really fell off. It
Yes,
has
left its
displaced.
position.
And so that was why your physician or your provider had said it should be removed. And having removed it now, you can refix another if you are comfortable with it.
Okay.
IUCD will not make you to lose weight. Like I said initially, you will find that you would have experienced some bleeding more when you had the IUCD inserted for the first few months, and later it regularizes it. So it is not the IUCD that will make you lose weight.
Okay.
If you were worried, no matter how much you eat, you will not put on weight. So worry is one problem, and that's why family planning has come to stay,
Okay.
to remove worries from us women. So whichever method you adopt, you are relaxed. So I don't think it was the IUCD that made you to lose weight. If you are still hearing me, you can go back to the family planning provider wherever you like, and then give your history to them. They will examine you, and then you will make your choice after counseling.
Okay.
So family planning is very, very safe.
Okay.
And for IUCD, you can discontinue where you want to get pregnant.
to get
That is
pregnant.
one good thing about it.
Okay. So it's a flexible
Yes,
method.
it is.
All right, 052-290-573. The number is on your screen. Okay, we have another call. I hope we'll have time to talk about the benefits. Hello, caller. Yeah, good afternoon. Do me a favor, speak up a bit so that we can hear you. Good afternoon. Please tell us your name first.
We don't want to talk.
They may not call their names.
Confidentiality.
Hello? I can hear you. I'm straining my ears to hear you. Okay, go ahead.
The young person.
Hello, go ahead. Honestly, none of us can hear you.
Please speak up. a bit.
None of us can hear you, okay? Speak up. Nobody will see your face. Can you speak up a bit? Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Still not too.
And then be close.
When did you take it?
As a
For what?
Exactly. For
Why did you take it?
Are you
Get
married?
pregnant.
Are you married?
Okay, you took it for prevention.
Yeah, she
Hello?
took it for prevention.
Okay.
So we'd like to know, are you married? Okay, you are not married. Okay, Cynthia.
Let me speak on that.
Okay.
Emergency contraceptive pill, I missed it out. It's one of the hormonals that is used for contraception, but
Okay.
it's a once use. That
Once
means,
use.
hello, just listen.
Just listen.
I am answering your question now. You said you took Postinor 2 and Ampiclox.
We try not to call the names of drugs on this program.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
But she
So,
mentioned it.
she mentioned
Yes.
it, so we'll try not to do drugs. Okay, so go ahead.
And you took it for prevention. The emergency contraceptive you took was supposed to, if you are listening to us now, it was supposed to be a one-time medicine or pill. It is not to be taken with antibiotics.
Okay.
So when you want to take emergency contraceptive, the rule is that you take that pill, it's just one tablet or one pill. You take it within 72 hours of unprotected sexual intercourse to prevent pregnancy. You don't take it consistently as a routine for prevention of pregnancy. So your use was a misuse, so to say.
Yeah.
So it was not right. You didn't use it rightly.
All right, Cynthia, I know you have something to say to this young lady.
Okay, like Mrs. Osazua said, the FP coordinator, she misused it. Now, it is advisable. I remember we've been talking about life planning and decision making. It is advisable, it is strongly advised that as a young person that is sexually active, you have to make the decision. If you do not want to have, you don't want to get pregnant, you have to make the decision to prevent unwanted pregnancy. Okay. And one of them is going to a qualified and a certified service provider.
Good.
That renders youth-friendly health services to give you the necessary available options. The necessary options available for your use. There are various options, there are various methods, and there are various ways to avoid unwanted pregnancy. I'm sure
this method may even cause her more harm.
Yes, because she said she was having, she was bleeding lightly. Yeah. So it is advisable, and maybe she even used the, I don't know if she took it orally or she inserted. That's also another issue. So it is, for example, right now, what I would advise you to do is go to the nearest health facility. Okay. You can go to Central Hospital. Okay. You can go to Oredo Health Facility, any primary health center. Go there, talk to them. They are youth-friendly services. They are youth-friendly health centers. I would tell you on the necessary step and also advise you on what methods to take up so that you can avoid such, so that you don't endanger your life and your reproductive health.
Yeah, your productive health is very important as a woman. Okay, hello, caller. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Go ahead. Hello?
It's a child.
Hello? Okay, we missed that. What we're talking about is the importance of family planning. All right, while we're waiting for more calls, we're talking about the benefits.
Like I said, one, to the man, the father of the home, he has less stress, sourcing for funds to take care of the family. Okay. And so it helps him to live long. So he has a better life expectancy. The woman too has the period to relax from very frequent pregnancies. Okay. You know, the woman who decides to have her children 3 years gap or decides to have 2-3 children, and then she relaxes. By the time you see her, you think she's very young,
so health-wise, she's good.
She's good. She has time to take care of herself. She has time to take care of the home. She is more productive because she has time to also do whatever she's doing, maybe her handwork or go to office without a lot of stress. And then you find too that in the family, it's a happy home because the woman who is engaged, empowered economically, no matter how small, helps to support the husband, and so she has less demands on the man that will stress him in the family. Okay. And then they are both able to take care of these children educationally.
Let me pause you there.
Okay.
She's admiring me. Thank you very much. But this is not a program for children, okay? Join Uncle Wilson on Saturday at 9 o'clock and do your kids thing on radio, okay? So parents, this is serious business, okay? So the number is 052-290573. Give us a call. We're talking about family planning. We know that the woman's health is very important. Reduce the audio level on your television set so that we can talk. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Please ask your question. Go ahead.
Is she a young person?
How old are you?
I'm married.
Okay, you are married.
For prevention.
You want to know if it's right to take such a drug for prevention. Okay, listen to Mrs. Osazuwa. Let her tell you what to do.
Good afternoon, madam. Emergency contraceptives, as we have said earlier, it's a pill that is used on emergency periods. That means you have had sex without plan. Do you understand? It is not a pill that you will take consistently. It's not a consistent use. When you have had, as a married woman, probably you are not on any contraceptive at all. And then maybe you've been using withdrawal method, or been using a condom, or whichever, but at that particular time you were not ready for sex and you need to sleep with your husband. When you do that, because of the fear of getting pregnant, you can now take this emergency contraceptive within 72 hours of sexual intercourse. So if you are not going to have sex for about 2-3 days in a week,
you keep taking it
cannot
every
keep taking the emergency contraceptive. It is not correct.
So what should she do?
So what you do in such a case, if you are comfortable with taking pills, you will have to visit a family planning clinic or center, whether in the primary healthcare center near you, or in Central Hospital, or even in UBTH, depending on your location. When you get there, you will be first asked questions. History must be taken from you, so as to assess if you will be you are eligible to take that pills. They will examine you. After all examination and counseling, if you decide to go on the pills, you will now be educated or counseled on how to take it, so that it will be effective for you. Because the mode in which you take it matters a lot.
Okay.
Otherwise, you will come back saying it has failed.
All right, I hope you got that right. Don't be shy, ask questions. They say, man, we ask questions, you know they lost. All right, so ask questions so that you know what to do as a woman. As a woman. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. I beg, tell us your name. Hello. The moment I say tell us your name, you are shying off. Okay, just call and state your case, okay? Hello? Hello? All right, so while the calls are coming in, let's talk about the benefit.
So I said that...
okay, hello? Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, go ahead with your... Okay, yes, we gave you an answer. It's like you weren't listening. Okay, go ahead. I guess she was not on her television set.
Okay, can you just, hello caller, can you just listen? We had earlier answered the question, but I guess you missed it.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you listen? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, now you said you took certain drugs and you are experiencing light bleeding. The best and the first thing you should do right now is to go to the closest health center, to you. If you don't, okay, so you say you're experiencing bleeding. For professionals to attend to you, go to the nearest health center or go to Central Hospital. When you go to Central Hospital, make this complaint known. And also,
exactly where should she visit at Central Hospital?
The family planning unit.
Okay.
The family planning clinic at Central Hospital. It's difficult to miss. Just ask around, or you just ask around. It's after the maternity building. So when you go there, you state what is happening and also tell them you're interested in taking up a method, because you cannot continue to use such drugs to prevent pregnancy.
Okay.
You ask them for the various methods available, and the one that is appropriate to you would be checked, would be assessed based on your health, and would be told to you. Then you would go for the best method, the method that you think is best for you. And then please, I advise you, as soon as possible, visit the nearest health facility or Central Hospital to complain about this light bleeding, and then take up a method. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, I hope you got that right. let's continue with the benefit. Okay. Oh my word. My Ogadia is telling me that we've spent time. Okay, so let's just round off now.
Yes, a quick one. I said that benefits are enormous.
Yes.
For the child or the children in the home. Okay. They have good education. Okay. We have the opportunity of avoiding social delinquencies, you know, juvenile delinquencies. We have opportunity of having productive young adults and adolescents. Okay. And we have lesser crimes in the society. So that's
the whole package. Yes, family planning comes with a full
and they're able to also, the children, when they are now productive, they are also able to contribute to the society, you know, and improve the...
All right, this is where I say thank you very much, ladies, for finding time to be with us on the program.
Thank you.
Healthy Living. We want you to live well. We want to have a healthy society. We want you to be productive, all right? And that is the essence of this program. My name is Adesuwa Osawagie, signing out. Bye-bye.
Thank you.